Welcome to the Fieldhouse. My name is Max Paulson, and I am joined by Mr. 1053, the fan himself, Jet Nelson, and the umpire you're probably yelling at your kid's softball game, Jay Jacinto. How are y'all doing?
I'm
Man,
doing
I
great,
am
Max.
wonderful. I
This is
appreciate
fun.
the
First time
the
ever doing
compliment
this.
there.
Yeah, you're living the dream right now, Jet. How's it
Yeah, I mean,
going
I
up at the
appreciate the
fan? I
name
heard you
there.
yesterday on the radio.
It's very good. You know, we are becoming the number one station in the Metroplex according to the ratings. We'll just throw that out there. And yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. It's a fun time. Wish the teams we covered were a little better, but there's always turmoil, always something to talk
Yeah.
about, which is why we're here. So
Heck yeah. No, yeah, that's pretty real. Our teams are not the greatest.
Rough time to be a
no,
DFW sports fan right now.
It's been a rough time to be a DFW sports fan for about as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, shoot. Our
To
only
be
hope
honest
this
with you.
year, our only hope this year was like the Stars, and they went out in
And
the first round.
they just completely, not
yeah,
good. Hey, but the Rangers have one of the worst division. They're in the worst division in baseball, so anything's possible.
And they're still not the top team in the division.
It's okay.
you got a chance
okay.
to kind of take
But no,
2 or
yeah,
3
like
from the Angels, and
well, this is also what we said about the Astros too, and then they went out and did that. And it took a miracle. It took a what was it? A catcher's interference and a pass ball to beat the Rockies.
Yes, literally.
yeah, it sure did.
It's pretty terrible.
Do you think Jock did that on purpose? Because he swung insanely late. I know this is kind of off topic to begin, but I
No,
just
it's
think
okay.
It was also
There
a
ain't no
pitch
flow
just
for
up
this.
and away.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it was a calculation, but I don't think he would do it on purpose. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he would do it on purpose, but just the fact of how late it was, and he knew right away, because obviously you know right away,
Yeah.
but it was just such a late swing.
Well,
It made me think that it was on purpose.
Right.
yeah, I think it was more of just Jock being Jock. And he didn't recognize the pitch early enough, and then was like, "Shoot, I got to swing," and then ended up working in his favor.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, what a Rockies way to lose that game, bro.
man, I feel
That
so
was.
bad.
Yeah.
I do not. I feel a lot of empathy for Rockies fans because they've had to deal with a lot of just tough seasons for a
Yeah.
long time. When was the last time the Rockies were good?
It was like 2016, whenever they had Tulowitzki and Arenado
I
on the
know,
West
yeah.
infield.
It's been a
Yeah.
decade.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
they still have the
And
And they're
best
just
field
always in a
baseball, though.
ballpark where the ball takes off. They're just never gonna find good luck in that park too. It's
Yeah.
I feel like they could if they just chose to spend a little bit of money, because they've never really attempted to sign a good pitcher, at least to our knowledge. And the one time that they actually spent money within the past 10 years was on a Chris Bryant that was already post MVP form, and he's not even in the MLB right now, and he's still making 32 something like that $1 million a year.
Yeah. Bro, man, Chris Bryant, it's so sad seeing him on the show not even being a common. It's oh, dude. I remember Chris Bryant was one of my favorite players growing up, especially because he was on that one Dude Perfect YouTube episode.
Oh yeah.
Loved that. Brisk crying. No, but how have things been going with you, Jay?
They've
Since
been
school's
going
ended.
good. They've been going good. I've just been working every weekend, softball umpiring, just
There you go.
15 to 20 games every weekend. A lot of work. And then I've just been applying to multiple jobs. I literally applied to 3 more positions last night.
Yeah.
I finally applied to that board operator position at the ticket. We'll see if that
Okay.
comes
There
around.
you go.
But yeah, that's really all that it's been, is just a whole lot of applying and working. And then also the comic book stuff that I do now. But yeah.
Yes, sir. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it. Go ahead, plug
Yeah,
it.
Panel by Panel Comics on YouTube.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of hard. I've just been working fiance finally got back home from Romania, spent some time with her. Um, that was really
Romania.
good.
I knew she was out of town. I didn't know
But
she was that far.
yeah,
That's insane.
she's been in Romania since February 13th. Yeah,
She's been there for a while.
Oof.
she got back the 17th.
Shoot. Especially,
Huh.
I know that y'all been talking like every day since still, because we've been going on like those trips like to Vegas and then to
Mhm.
Glenrose, and y'all literally are up FaceTiming
Yep.
every single night.
Yeah, like any chance that we had, we would kind of talk, which is great. It's great that like she went on this trip now rather than, it's the 1980s and you don't have a way to talk to this person for 3 months. Oh, really.
You gotta find one of those street
but
phones.
Sending letters back and forth.
oh, dude, I could not do that. I mean, I would, but like it's much better to just be able to talk face to face to someone.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, can we talk about UTA sports real quick? I know we're not UTA anymore, but
Oh
goodness, dude,
please. Yeah.
softball and baseball just both.
Just got
Was the baseball
wiped
team
out.
also the first team out?
They were the first team out.
Pretty
Both the
much.
softball and the
We were the
baseball
last
team
seed
lost
anyway.
their
We were the
first 2
sixth seed.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
It was
went up
rough.
against you. It was Utah Tech and then ACU, both just clear losses. Still gonna rep though. We got
yeah.
the UTA shirt on.
I think Jet's on a little bit of a stream delay.
Yeah, I
I
could
think he is
be.
a little bit.
Well, I'm on my Wi-Fi.
But,
Yeah, but
I mean, especially because we went down there.
oh, you're louder now. There you go.
Yeah.
But, with the baseball team, it was so frustrating because their offense just went to nothing.
Mhm.
Like, especially after Kalen Diger, the first game against that was Utah Tech, he pitched really good, and the only reason that they scored, I think it was 3 or 4 runs against him, 2 of them were errors by Xavier Melendez, and then it was just
Mm.
not good enough defense to back him up pitching wise. It was really frustrating seeing that because he went like what 120, 130 pitches in, and he was lights out. The only problem is your offense didn't score a single run while you were in the game. So it's hard to win a game when you don't score any runs. You can't.
Yeah, and that was the case for softball too. Pitching actually wasn't the problem, which was kind of the opposite of the regular season, carried by the offense. But you get there, me and Jay have to go out there, drive to Stephenville. You know, they booked us through Sunday or Saturday. We get
Yeah,
there on Wednesday, and we are leaving Thursday afternoon because they lose the 2 games and score absolutely nothing.
we didn't stay longer than
Yeah.
24 hours in Stephenville
Yeah.
because they lost their first 2 games that quickly.
And the guy was like, he was like, checking out already. It's like, yeah, bro, our team got eliminated. We don't got anything to do here. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was just terrible. And then also the Comrex or the wide orbit wasn't connecting. The iPad wasn't connecting back home. And so Lance had to come in and do board up
Board
both
up.
games.
Oh yeah. If you're
It
ever
was a huge mess.
out of campus, that iPad quits. It's automatic.
Shoot, yeah. I remember me and Jet did the UNT women's basketball game for UTA whenever they
Yeah,
were
we had
playing
Daniel
UNT in
on
the
the board.
WNIT.
Yeah.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
we had to have Daniel, please do the board, please, or else we can't do this.
Yeah.
So funny.
But yeah. And then did y'all see that they did a new partnership? We're no longer an Under Armour school, we're an Adidas school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I
Adidas
think I'll take that as an
The only
upgrade.
thing that matters to me is if we were Dr. Pepper school. That's all I care about.
Mm.
I'm saying, right?
Not that I'm going in there anymore, but every time I would go to like the cafe or somewhere, be like, man, I really want Dr. Pepper. Oh, we have Pepsi. Or we have it's like,
Mm.
We
no,
have
I
Starry.
want
Unacceptable.
yeah, you want Starry? No, I want Sprite.
Sorry.
Like, sorry, I don't want Starry.
I will say though, UTA being a Pepsi school actually turned me on to Pepsi Zero. Pepsi Zero is not that bad. That's kind of a rogue take, but I think it's
Okay.
actually pretty good.
I don't think I can't remember the last time I've had a Pepsi Zero. But I do like
I don't know
Diet
if I
Coke.
have.
I think
Yeah.
I like Diet Coke better than
Diet
regular
Coke.
Coke.
Yeah.
That's a Joshua Dean take, but um,
Mm.
I do like it. But none of them hold a candle to Dr Pepper for me.
That's very true. That's very true. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was like to rank, like if I'm going on like a road trip, right? The number one beverage that I would take is an Arizona green tea. Maybe that's weird, but I love me an
Mm.
Arizona green tea
Interesting. Of all the drinks you could choose, an Arizona green tea.
because I feel like if I have too much soda, I'll be like compressed in my seat and I won't feel good on a road trip.
That's fair.
Whereas like an Arizona green
Yeah.
tea, I can just sip that and
And
I'll
that
be
caffeine's
perfectly
gonna have you in the
hydrated the whole
bathroom
trip
pretty
and it's
soon.
not just like flavorless. Exactly. Yes. Yes, 1000%.
Oh man. Yeah. All right. Let's talk Rangers. What
Ooh.
what
Let's
are
do it.
y'all's thoughts so far this season?
I'll let Jet start.
Yeah, I could take this one. It's just so frustrating. You guys know it. You're watching a team that has talent on it. I mean, injuries are already starting to hurt the team. And now we're just watching this offense fall into a hole. Colorado it was a light spot. I think 21 runs scored across the series. So we're seeing opportunities for the team to get better. But until Corey Seager is a major part of this lineup, until Wyatt Langford's back at the 2 hole where he normally sits, this team's just always going to be fighting uphill battles. And luckily, you have an Angels series
Mhm.
starting this weekend to try to jumpstart things. We just watched the A's take 3 of 4 from them. Outside of did you guys see that walk off hit after TJ Jin was throwing a no hitter on Monday night?
Oh,
Just a
yeah.
crazy series out there in Anaheim. So yeah, everything's just at arm's reach for the Rangers, but they just don't want to reach out and grab it. So it's gut wrenching right now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best word to say it, gut wrenching, because it feels like no matter every game, it's either the offense is great and the pitching's bad, or the pitching is great and the
Mm,
offense is bad. We can't find a happy medium, and I think the Colorado series really showcased that. Losing the first game 7-6, and then outscoring them the next two games, even having to come back in the final game when it should have been a very easy, just blowout win. We were already up, I think 3-0, and then Jack
yep.
Leiter, his inconsistent pitching, not being able to really get through that fourth inning, throwing I think like 30 plus pitches. That's been such a weird like just spot of our rotation with Leiter and Gore and even Rocker sometimes having a shaky start. Those three, I think, really need to step up. I have really liked what I've seen from EO lately. He's actually looked like Nathan Eovaldi that we've been known to have. I think he's only given up one run over the last 21 innings that he's pitched, which is that's ace caliber. That's like
Mhm.
best
Yep.
pitcher in baseball caliber. But everything before that was pretty bad. So hopefully he can get back to that pace. And then Jacob DeGrom has been Jacob DeGrom. Uh, I mean,
Minus
this
his
is what
last start.
Right.
well, yeah, yeah, but everybody's human. He's human. Like he's not going to be the Jacob DeGrom that he was during his prime. I think we
Mhm.
also should recognize that he's not the best pitcher. He's not the best product of Jacob DeGrom.
Of
He's
course not.
just he's a older version. So he's going to throw 85 to 95 pitches a game, maybe 6 innings, maybe 7 if he gets through those earlier. But really with the offense, I feel like our left-handed bats have been so disappointing this year. Whether it's Corey Seager, Jock Peterson,
Mm.
Evan Carter, even Josh Smith, very disappointing from the left-handed side. And I feel like anytime we go up against left-handed pitching, we're kind of getting owned by a lot of the left-handed pitchers,
That's
especially
been
like Jose Quintana in Game 1 against the Rockies. He looked really good.
that's
Mm.
been the case since 2024. The last 3 years, it's been if there's a lefty on the mound, you can guarantee the Rangers aren't gonna score more than 2 runs.
Mhm.
And those 2 runs are gonna come against the bullpen late in the game after the guy's gone through 7 or 8 innings. Um, yeah, I think Jock, honestly, out of all the left-handed hitters, has been the best one,
Yes, he
Yeah, he's
of
really
those
finally
has.
guys.
finally seeing the ball a little better. He was swinging at
I know,
everything last year.
hey, breaking the franchise record for most hits by a player who didn't start a game. He got 4 hits off the bench, DH or pinch hitting for McCutcheon there. Um,
I was actually gonna ask you all about that. Do you think the McCutcheon whatever for this season, is that not over? Because he's been pretty bad this year. Like, he was great the first week, but now he's sub 550 OPS. I think he's right around the Mendoza line. Like, what is
Mhm.
y'all's opinion on McCutcheon?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be a part of the team through the whole season. If he is, he won't play much. He'll just maybe be a pinch hit bat every now and then. But to be honest with you, I'd rather give a guy in the system. I know the minor league system's pretty terrible, near the bottom of the league. But I'd rather bring up a guy, see what he can do, rather than keeping an AJ McCutcheon who has not shown he can hit the ball past the first week of the season. Um,
Yeah, I agree.
but
I feel like one of the bigger reasons they brought McCutcheon in was to just kind of be a locker room presence to like help young guys like, hey, go ask Kutch, see what he's doing, and so
mhm.
outside of that, yeah, I don't think his bat was supposed to bring that much to the lineup. I think what the name Andrew McCutcheon brings is really why they signed him.
Yeah, I do agree with that. He has been a great locker room guy. Like, he brought the lasso or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
He brought that into the team. He has been a really good locker room guy and just a good guy to have in the dugout during the games. But speaking of, like, guys in the minor league system, they need to call up Zavala. Aaron Zavala. We saw him absolutely rake during spring training. He didn't make the final roster, but he's been the best hitter at AAA. And where our outfield is kind of getting thin because of injuries to Brandon Nimmo,
Mhm.
Wyatt Langford,
Yep.
Evan Carter, I think we should give him a shot because he looked great during spring training. And I think with how inconsistent our offense has been, maybe it's time to just give a young guy a shot. And I think Zavala would be that next guy in line compared to like a Michael Hellman or I forget the other infielder that we
Sam
brought in
Haggerty.
last year. Yeah, oh yeah, even Sam Haggerty, guy hitting
Yeah.
below 200, hasn't been anything this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The lineup a couple days ago looked like a lineup fresh out of 2019. It was like Nimmo, it had like Nimmo, Duran, Young, all at Burger, and then it had at Foscue, Hellman, Haggerty. I was like, oh my
But
goodness,
to
dude.
be fair, Foscue has actually been he's actually been one of our
He's
better
he's
hitters this
finally
club.
Absolutely.
looking like he can hit MLB pitching, and it's great. And I hope he keeps the pace up. I hope he doesn't just, oh, I played the Rockies, so now I can hit the ball, and then he goes back to going 0 for 27 or whatever it was every time he comes up, striking out 100 times. So if he could actually be like a genuine like big league player, you have your second baseman for the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't I don't know about future because he's also kinda older, no? Isn't he, like, 26?
That's the future. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, when I
Well,
think
and your
future, I
other
think guys that are, like, 21, 22.
No,
I
but
don't
I mean, like, the next couple years, if Foscue plays good, then he's gonna be the second baseman.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
think
guess
he's
that's
already
true.
earned the
I guess
position over Josh Smith. I mean, injuries
Dude,
aside,
Josh
Josh Smith
Smith,
just
man,
wasn't hitting very well, and his fielding even came into question a few
not at
times.
all. Yeah.
Max Paulson's Josh Smith's biggest supporter, and
Well,
even he's saying, like,
yeah, and I'm just glad that he's doing okay after being in the hospital with the
Oh,
viral
absolutely.
meningitis, bruh.
uh-huh,
That was crazy to see,
Yeah.
but I'm glad he's doing okay.
yeah. I was just trying to find, like, Foscue splits because everybody says, like, he can only hit left-handed pitching, which is very true. When you look at his splits, he's 6 for 10 against lefties with 2 doubles and a home run. So, that's a 600 average with a
Hmm.
1,700 OPS. But against righties, he's only hitting 208 with a 606 OPS. I think Foscue's just gotta learn to hit right-handed pitching. He's been a great addition against lefties, which we know we've been struggling with for forever now, but he can't play against righties because he
How
can't hit.
how many at bats has he had against righties?
It's like 60.
60?
It's
Okay,
starting
so
to become like
larger.
a decently or actually
Yeah.
scratch that. It's only 25. My bad, I read that
So
wrong.
what he's like what, like 6 for 25 or something
5
like
for
that?
24 with a
Okay.
double and a home run. So he's
Yep.
got good power. He's just not
Yeah.
consistently getting on.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's too many guys on this team that can't hit both sides. There's there's very few guys, so there's so many different lineup changes and platoons. It's like there's not lineup consistency, and you can see that kind of day in and day out. different guys moving different spots in the lineup. I think Jake Berger actually has found a nice spot down at the bottom of the order, that mid to bottom of the order range. He's been
Yep.
hitting the ball a lot better there than he was up at the 4 hole. Um, which you wouldn't think of Jake Berger as like a bottom of the lineup guy, but whatever works,
No,
works.
he seems like that 3-4 spot. Yeah.
But I mean, even like his defense at first base is actually extremely underrated. I don't think enough people give him credit. He literally made a potentially like game-saving dive in game
Mhm.
3 whenever the bases were loaded, 2 outs. That ball looks like it's going in the right field, but he does a full out Superman dive and then
Yep.
tosses it to Leiter covering the bag. If he doesn't do that, that's 2 runs easy, and maybe the Rangers don't win at all yesterday because they just become, I don't, did they lose their confidence in the game? He's actually been huge over at first base, which we haven't had that presence of since, I mean, obviously Nathaniel Lowe left and he came back in right away. But I don't think Berger was this good defensively last year. Maybe I
Mhm.
just didn't watch him enough.
Well, I just think the whole team as a whole last year was, I think, well, defensively they were still good, but Berger was probably the worst spot. Um, but I mean, when you're right next to a guy like Marcus Simeon, he kinda outshines you
Yeah.
there defensively. Let's talk about that guy, man. He has been terrible for the Mets. I still can't believe they just traded 1 for 1 for Nimmo and took cash considerations, bro, for Nimmo's contract.
Yeah,
That's
definitely the
crazy.
biggest win of the
I mean,
offseason. I
I
mean,
mean,
getting rid of Simeon one, and then bringing in a guy that's just consistently at the top of your lineup, consistently bringing in a hit every 1 or 2 games. I mean, just when you look at wins over replacement, Nemo's got to be one of the bigger ones for the Rangers.
If he can stay healthy.
yes,
Right.
that's the
Because
biggest question mark.
he has left, like, 4 or 5 games this year with a hamstring problem,
And,
and
and,
they're
and the
like
thing was, like in yesterday's game, we didn't see anything. Maybe it was during that collision and he tried to play through it that he had earlier in the game, but he just gets a hit up the middle, jogs to first, and he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, and it's weird because they see him in the replay, you can't really tell anything's wrong, but they know that because he didn't run full speed to first base, they're like, "Okay, something's wrong with him," because he just
Right.
loves sprinting to first base on a walk or a hit or anything. Um,
I mean, at some point,
but
he's got to just become full time DH
mhm,
because it's not like he's also like the greatest outfielder defensively. We bought him because of his bat. We didn't buy him because he can play defense great, also,
yeah,
which kind of sucks. But also, you want him in the lineup every day, so you might as well just DH him.
mhm, yeah. What do y'all think with Corey? Is Corey on a downhill decline, or is it this back injury that he's been having kinda maybe all year long? Or what do we think's going into Corey looking the worst he's ever looked in his career?
I think I agree more with the first point you said. I imagine Corey Seager is just a mental warrior, just a guy who will never say, Take me out of a game." And so if his back was kind of tightening up, imagine how that affects your swing. Like, because imagine Corey I can't imagine him ever just being truly in a slump. I mean, I guess he's getting into his mid-30s, but it's Corey Seager. I mean, he bats 250, 270 so consistently. It's just so weird to see him kind of in this slump, but I feel like once he gets healthy, I just want him to take his time. Don't rush this. Come back when you're ready, and then we'll see Corey Seager back in midseason form.
I mean, I do agree with that, but also it feels like even towards like last year, he wasn't the Corey Seager we know.
Mm.
He wasn't putting up MVP numbers like we were paying him to be. It feels like we haven't seen that level of Corey Seager since 2023. And even in the first half of that 2023 season, he wasn't that great to my knowledge from what I can recollect. So we've seen inconsistency through Corey Seager his entire time here. This is definitely the worst that it's ever been. And I do think it does have to deal with those back injuries, but also he is starting to get older. Like the dude's 32 and he's been already playing in the league for 12 years. Sometimes it just catches up to you. Some people have to regress earlier. Some people regress later in their career. Maybe Corey Seager is unfortunately going to be one of those earlier guys, just like his brother Kyle. Kyle Seager, who used to play for the Mariners, retired at a really early age. maybe it just runs in the Seager family where they just hit a certain age and they just fall off the face of the planet.
Man, that would suck, wouldn't it? Because he was
Yeah.
so good. I still have confidence that he can bounce back once he just fully like gets his back problem hopefully done with. Because yeah, like Jet was saying, backs play a big component in your swing, and if your back's hurting, you're not going to be swinging right. And he hasn't looked like he's swinging right. His swing and miss has been insane this year. I mean, he's striking out like 27% of the time or something like that, which is not Corey Seager at all. Corey Seager is always the guy that jumps on the first pitch and either hits a hard line out or gets on base. He's not his strikeouts haven't been as high as they are now. But
Which, yeah, he
I've
hasn't been doing a lot of swing and miss, but also a lot of that comes into what he's swinging at. I haven't seen a player swing at so many pitches in the dirt or outside the zone in so long. He has literally looked like the left-handed version of Javier Baez sometimes when he's at the
yeah.
plate. And sometimes you just can't fix that. If you're not seeing the ball, you're not seeing the ball. Sometimes that just happens in baseball. Maybe he needs to take a trip to AAA, see some more stuff, come back, have a rehab stint there, or Double A, whichever one of the two, and then he can find his way back to the majors. Because I don't think it's a situation where he can figure it out at the majors right now. I really do think he just needs a reset.
Yeah. I
And
think
that's and
I think it's go ahead, Jet. Go for
oh,
it.
well, I was just thinking that a lot of people push back on that saying like, "Oh, you can't send Corey Seager down to the minors for a little bit." But I think any player can really benefit from it. Let him mash. Let him just go crazy there. And then, maybe he just gets that mental reset, like you said. I think any player can really benefit from that. And, it's not like he takes a pay cut when that happens. He'll just actually enjoy his time there, go crazy and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think that he would want to? Like, I
I
That's the
don't think
tricky
it's a
part.
point of wanting to.
well,
I
with
think it's
with
at a
with
point where
him,
you
you
have
have
to.
to. Well, you can't. You have with a guy like Corey, you have to like he has to be willing to go down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Eh,
understand that. I think that he should be willing because if he's
Yeah.
not, then he just has an ego problem. But Corey
Well, I
doesn't.
mean,
Yeah.
He doesn't. To me, I don't know Corey at all. Obviously, I have never spoken a word to the dude. From what I've seen, he looks like a pretty normal, level-headed guy. I feel like he would be willing to do that for the betterment of the team.
I don't know, man. When I stood next to him and Tyler Molly when I was covering a Rangers game, I mean, I just got the vibes from him. Now, did I tell
Mm.
y'all that it was my first time doing a Rangers game. I walked right past the press conference room and like walked like right past, and right past is their locker room. And so I was just standing there like trying to find the press conference, and then Corey Seager and Tyler Molly just walk out and they just stared at me. I was like, I was like, oh hey.
Oh, hey
No,
there.
I just turned right back around and like I was like, oh, there's the press conference. Um, but
Yeah, I didn't even know the
yeah,
locker room was
I
open
don't know.
there.
I know I would have just gone in and like, hey, get an interview with Corey Seager right now. But
Because that is typically how they do it. Same thing with like the
hmm
Cowboys. They'll have the press conference going on, and then you can also interview like individual
yeah,
players in the back room.
Right.
the back rooms.
Well, the
Y'all gonna
locker
go
room.
see that movie, the
I've
back rooms
thought
movie?
about it. I've definitely thought. I'm actually going to
Mm.
see Obsession tonight. That new horror movie
Oh
where the
yeah.
girlfriend gets obsessed with a boyfriend,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
like a horror flick.
hmm
Because my sisters went to see it earlier during the week, and they said it was like the best movie they've seen in so long. Like they were literally just covering up their eyes the whole time watching it. So hopefully it's really good. I'll let you
Yeah,
guys know.
I've heard good things about it, and I've been
Right.
kind of interested in wanting to go to it. But I will maybe be going.
Are you guys horror fans? Like
Oh,
when you
I
go,
love. It's like my
Oh,
favorite
absolutely.
genre.
Yeah.
when's the last time y'all have been to the
But I've also been
movies? Because I know
hearing
like going to the movies isn't really like a thing anymore.
I went
I went
in March when Project Hail Mary came out.
Yep, that's about when I went. It might have been April.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm one of like the Cinemark members. I literally
hmm
pay for like a free ticket every
Yeah.
month.
Mm.
So.
I
I
mean,
gotta
I've thought about doing that because my friend, he's a big Cinemark guy. He has the membership too, and he gets like discounted tickets and stuff. So he'll buy like a bunch of tickets for the group, and then we'll just send him money. But
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I love going to the movie theater. I do love going to watch a movie on the big screen, and I'm sad that it's not as popular as it once was.
I know. It felt like every Friday, me and my family would be like, "Hey, y'all wanna go to the movies?" And we would just
I mean,
go.
Yep.
dude, watching I think what was I in 8th grade at the time when Infinity War came out? Oh my gosh. Was it
Ah,
or was it earlier than that? I don't
Uh,
know. I was in
no,
middle school.
this
I was
it
in
might have
middle
been
school.
8th grade for you because I was in
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I went with my baseball team, bro. We just done gone to a tournament and then we went to go see Infinity War, bro. Oh my goodness, man.
Ultimate
My
vibes.
one of my teammates, Emilio, when he was a massive Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man favorite superhero easily. Dude, he was tearing up, bro. I was like, man, but that theater was packed. It was just there was not an
Yep.
empty seat anywhere. It was just the environment was great. Now you go to a movie theater and you're the only people there. And there's like maybe a couple other people scattered out through it. And it's like, dude, this just does not hit the same anymore.
Well, yeah, but you gotta go, like, first weekend to, like, brand new movies. That's
Yeah,
whenever it would
but
actually be packed. Because
Yeah.
if
I
you
know,
go,
but
like
it used to
That's
be
what I've
like
heard
it used
the
to still
Michael
be
movie's
like
been doing.
a couple weeks in, there's still a ton of people coming, but people just can't afford it anymore because like, oh, I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming because I already paying for the streaming service and it's gonna come out here anyways. Why would I go pay what like $15 for a movie ticket? Oh, pay another $8 for popcorn, $6 for a drink,
Yep.
some candy, add on another five, and you're paying $40 for a movie ticket and some
Yeah,
popcorn and stuff.
that is very true. But also, like, I mean, you got
Yep.
Spider-Man coming out this year, the
Mhm.
new Avengers movie. Are y'all interested in are y'all Star Wars fans? Because I know the new Mandalorian movie is coming out.
I'm a massive Star Wars fan.
Never got
I'm
into
a
Star
little concerned
Wars.
about that movie though. I'm a little concerned because I've seen all the trailers and I'm like, how in the world are you guys gonna fit all of this stuff you've introduced into a movie and it still be like
Mm,
cohesive and the story makes sense and it not be rushed? Because
I'm
there's a lot that they've introduced and I'm like,
yeah.
yo, this is not gonna work. But I hope they prove me wrong. But I'm very nervous for this movie.
Yeah. Back to the Texas Rangers. Can we talk about Josh Young?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh
Nice
Young's been
segue.
great. Love that guy. He's fine. He's been great. I mean, we've talked the last couple seasons after 2023. Like Josh Young can't stay healthy. Hasn't been even when he's been healthy. He hasn't been the player that we draft him to be. He's. I mean, there's talks. We like trade Josh Young. I mean, last year we were talking about trade Josh Young to the Orioles for Adley Rutschman. You know, both of them are struggling. Maybe a change of scenery will do both of them good. And then he's like, screw that. I'm the best hitter on this team. he's, is he still? He's like hitting over 300 right now, I think, or around 300.
Yep.
Too bad no one else around him can hit. Too bad. I mean, too good. But yeah, Josh Young's definitely been the early season MVP easily.
Yeah, I think he's got the mindset that more players need to have. He saw an opening in the lineups, just said, I'm going to be the star of this lineup. I'm going to hit 300. And I think if more players start to do that, I don't know how you could transfer that mentality across the locker room, start telling people, hey, just get out there, just take smarter swings. And well, I guess it's hard to just tell someone to do that. Easier said than done. But I think if he can just start maybe motivating guys to be more confident in the batter's box, I think that could be an instant game changer.
And it also came out of, like, nowhere because like, that first week, 2 weeks, he was the worst hitter in the lineup. Like, he didn't get a hit for, like, the first 7 or 8 games. He was actually really, really bad to begin the year, and then it took everybody on Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media platform to just absolutely bombard the dude, say, "We need to get rid of him, do
Yep.
whatever." DFA him was actually coming out at one point. But now he's turned into the best hitter on the team, 1000%, and potentially the best hitter in baseball for the past month and a half. I
Hmm.
mean, there's literally, you could make the argument that if the season was to end right now, Josh Young could win the AL MVP. You could make that argument.
You
Hmm.
I don't
could
think
make that argument, but
you would
I wouldn't
win,
listen to you.
but
I
you
wouldn't
could
listen to you for
make
very long if you made
Yeah.
that argument. I would probably get on Subway Surfers and start playing that instead of
I know,
listening
but,
to
like,
your
you
argument.
could make that
You
argument. Of
could,
course, he
yeah.
wouldn't
Right.
win. He'd probably be, like,
No.
5th or 6th pick,
Yeah,
but
I
you
would say
could
top 5 maybe, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just so surprised that it came out of absolutely nowhere because I thought that he was just going to be a mediocre player. Like he'll
Mhm.
hit like 230, 250, might have like a 730 to 800 OPS, maybe hit 20 home runs on a good year. But no, he's still looking absolutely insane.
You know what else has been insane?
Mm.
This Thunder Spurs series. It's
Oh
NBA
yeah.
time, baby.
Mm-mm.
Dude, that you have two like different sides of the coin. You have the Thunder Spurs and then you have the East. And that I mean, come on, dude,
The
just let the
Western
Knicks get in. Just
Conference
give them
is the
their
NBA Finals. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. I
The
think 1000%. Whoever makes it out of the West will be the NBA Finals. But
mhm.
I gotta go on a little rant here. Uh, can we stop with this no calling Hartenstein bullshit? Because he's literally
Oh,
dragging his
absolutely.
arm 24/7 in the paints. And SGA, do not. Every single shot that he took, he fell down. It didn't matter where he was on the court. He fell down after every single shot. And then you have Hartenstein in the paint for whenever he does miss those shots. He's dragging Wembenyama. He's pulling people's hair. Like at some point, the dude needs to be teed up and thrown out of the game for some of this stuff. And if the NBA does a recollection or whatever, look back at that and see that that is a clear foul, a clear technical, something that he could be thrown out for. I think you could make the argument to the league that Hartenstein should be not able to play in the next game because of just the hair pulling.
Mm.
Honestly, that's what I think.
Yeah, it's very obvious that the league, the NBA wants the Thunder to rule everything. I mean, we've seen it for the last couple seasons that Shea's been doing what he's doing. I don't know. It's just not a fun brand of basketball to watch. And so I've been rooting for the Spurs so bad because I want to see Wemby just like dominate the Knicks in the in the next series because that's just what's bound to happen. Um, the Knicks and Cavs are fighting for second place right now. Um,
Pretty much.
Wemby's the real MVP, bro.
yeah,
SGA the most fake
dude.
MVP ever.
Oh, I cannot stand
Yeah.
that he won MVP, dude. I mean, I knew it was coming, but come on, man. It's like they don't
Like I
watch the
can admit
games. They're
how
just like,
good
"Oh, hey."
at like I can admit how good at scoring he is. Like he will put points up on the box score, but when you watch him play, he just doesn't pass the eye test. The flopping's one thing, but just the way he attacks the basket sometimes, it's just a little ugly. Just not what you want out of your face of the league or MVP.
I know.
Mhm.
And like Wemby, dude, he's insane. I mean, when have we seen someone like doing what he's doing?
Never.
I mean,
Never.
No.
that's what I'm saying. Like, how is that not your MVP?
Like the dude's just taking a Euro step from the 3-point line, throwing a shot up there, off the rim, gets his own rebound, puts it back in.
I mean,
Like
that's
he's
insane.
he's almost missing shots on purpose to get the rebounds and the easy putback. Like
I mean,
it's
the
insane.
guy's over 7 foot and shoots like a guard.
Pulling up from
Eh,
half court. Like, what are we doing?
And then could also run to the
it's
other
just
end, get a
insane to
block.
me.
It's insane.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, he averaged like over 3 blocks a game in in the regular season. Um, didn't he
Yeah.
also didn't he get a triple double with blocks at some point during the season? Or was
Yes.
that
Yes, you
yeah.
did.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me because the dude's 7'4" with, like,
Yeah.
a 50-foot wingspan, like, you can't go anywhere on the court. It must be so terrifying to play against him, even as, like, a regularly sized guard, like Jalen Williams. Like, you're just going up for a layup, and then out of the corner of your eye, you just see an alien coming at you, and you're like, "Well, I can't do anything."
Mike
Man,
Tirico
but the
had a
series as
great
a
call
whole
on one of
has
the
been
plays. It was like it's a 2-on-1, but the one is Wimby, so it's game, right? You can't compete with that.
Mhm. Yeah, honestly, I've actually really liked the NBC calls. I think the NBC broadcast team has actually done a really good job. I think the
Hmm.
NBC broadcast has actually been a lot better than the ESPN broadcast. I don't know. I feel like the ESPN one feels a little too biased towards the Knicks. maybe that makes sense because they're the bigger market team, and broadcast teams are always going to be more biased towards the bigger market. But I don't know. I feel like too many people are glazing on like Cat and Jalen Brunson on the Eastern
Mhm.
Conference because I think the best player in that series, at least prior to last night, was Davion Mitchell. I mean, it feels like whenever he gets going for the Cavs are unstoppable. But James Harden needs to retire. It is painful watching
Yeah.
that dude play nowadays. He is so bad.
James Harden is like the definition of the regular season. I mean, time after time, playoffs come and he disappears. And then he'll have like one good, really, really good game. And he's like, oh my gosh, James Harden's back. Is he gonna carry them past this series? And then he's right back to committing more turnovers than he scores points. And it's like, man,
Shoot. I mean, because going back to like the SGA talking point of how he like draws fouls. Going back to Harden whenever he was with the Rockets, like it was bad. Don't get me wrong. Like he would always look for the contact. But I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as what we're seeing with SGA. Even Chet going in for rebounds. As soon as he gets the lightest touch from somebody, just throwing his body to the side, screaming out the freaking gym. It's like, okay, this is too much. And then it's even gone to the other players. Did y'all see the play with Harrison Barnes standing at the free throw line and Cason Wallace runs into him, falls to the ground, and it's an offensive foul on Harrison Barnes? Like,
did not
and
see that, but that's
and
crazy.
Harrison
Yeah, I
Barnes
think
is
the
just like,
Thunder are just playing with
and then he
that
just
play
walks the other
style.
way.
See what we can get away with.
Yeah, and,
And
and
the refs are giving it to them.
and that's why they keep doing it because
Yeah.
they do all these things and it's like, I mean, let me just jump into this guy and then flop away, or let me shoot and then flop forward. And I mean, as long as they get the calls, they're going to keep doing that. And so the league's enabling them to do this by calling all these things.
I was also going to ask you, this is like a thing that I thought of. Like, whenever a play gets challenged, a defensive player like commits a foul that's called on the court and the other team challenges it. Do you think that the other team, the other player that flopped or maybe just made it look more like a foul, should they get charged with a flopping call and a personal foul? Because I think at some point
Isn't
that's
that
got to
what
happen because
hockey
you're
does?
having
Like
Yeah.
they do
so
the
many
embellishment
players.
call?
Yeah, basically like hockey,
Yeah.
but obviously not like put them off to the side. You just
Hmm.
charge them a personal foul.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could
I mean,
definitely agree with that.
I could
Just
see
start
it.
making players accountable.
Yeah, yeah. Accountability is key, baby.
Well, because the flopping era, because that's what we're living in. This is
Hmm.
the definition of the flopping era. It is killing the sport of basketball. I can only watch playoff basketball because people are actually playing defense now. I don't think I watched a single full game of NBA regular season other than Cooper Flagg's debut this year. That might have been the only game I watched from start to finish. The
Hmm.
only game. But now I can actually watch an NBA playoff game because they're actually playing defense and they're mostly not trying to flop. And I don't know, it feels like the whistle is a little lighter sometimes in the playoffs. But man, I don't know. Basketball is such a hard form of content to enjoy nowadays.
Yeah, I watched maybe a combined one game. I didn't watch all of Cooper Flagg's debut, and then I watched the game against the Lakers where the Mavs were winning and then just blew that entire
Mhm.
game in the last like 6 minutes. Because I was watching it. I remember they were watching in the living room. I came in here and I was like, oh man, Mavs are gonna blow this game. They're up by like 15. It's like they're gonna blow this game. And then we were watching and then they actually started blowing it, and I was like, that's about right. They're pretty good at this tanking stuff until the last game of the season when they win a game when they should have lost and then end up probably moving
Yeah.
down 3 or 4 draft spots from where they would have been if they had lost the game.
And I think the
But it's
viewership's
still a
also
kind
kind
of
of on the
deeper,
Mavs in
like,
general,
yeah,
as
it's a deeper
they
class though.
choose
So
Mavs TV. Only a quarter of their games are on KFAA 29, I think. So yeah, I think they need to do a little something about the viewership.
Speaking of the Mavs, I mean, should we give our take on the Jason Kidd firing? Do we think it was a good thing? Do we think it's a bad thing? I mean, I think it's pretty clear that it was probably, at least financially wise, might be
Stupid.
one of the dumbest decisions in the world.
I don't understand how. I mean, what is Jason Kidd supposed to do? What was he supposed to do when he took the team to the they got to the finals, and then they traded Luka away, and he had nothing to work with. AD was hurt. Kyrie tore his ACL. I mean, there's not much you can do there. And it's the first season of having Cooper Flag, so of course you're not going to win anything with it. He's a rookie, and you're just trying to build up this team around him. I don't know. I think they should have given him at least another year with Kyrie back, and then a second year of Cooper Flag, and then after free agency and the draft, whoever you add there, whatever. But I think firing him or mutually parting ways, whatever, mutually parting ways. But I did see a thing that he wanted to not really coach anymore. He wanted to be more front office,
Mhm.
which I don't know. I saw a report about that, but if that's the case, then I don't know if I want my coach being more front office minded. He's like not actually engaged in being a coach as much. But I don't know.
I think I also saw reports that like we're seeing the same things that happened with Jason Kidd coaching Milwaukee and Brooklyn, just kind of not really getting along with everybody on the team. And so I think we kind of saw that same thing in Dallas. Plus, Masai Ujiri talked about how much he wants to go head to toe on the Mavericks, make a clean slate. It started with the new GM, now a new head coach. So I could kind of see that consistency starting to form on the team, bringing in new people. But maybe keeping the head coach would have been that one piece of consistency with the players you would have liked to keep. So, in overall terms, I think I agree with the move. Keep bringing in new people, reform this team, but there will be a part of my head that thinks, man, would have keeping that coach keep the players on the same page. You know.
Yeah, and then I also saw reports that the next coach, or at least like one of the targets, is the Duke head coach, John Shire. I think that would be
Mm,
absolutely horrendous if they made that decision because
yeah.
I've never been a fan of college coaches making the jump to the NBA. I would much rather hire an experienced NBA assistant, um, like the Minnesota Timberwolves assistant, I think is a great option. I know he's one of the picks potentially for Portland. I think that's way more of a efficient and a more successful route to go rather than getting a college coach who's a really young college coach as well. It's not like he's an old veteran. He's only been there for what, 5 years as the head coach. I
Mhm.
think that would be a really bad choice. I know he has the synergy with players like Derek Lively and Cooper Flag, but I don't think that would be successful for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I thought Jet was about to hop in there. He looked like he wanted to say something, but
Yeah, no, this
um,
delay, I gotta work on my
yeah, I
computer.
yeah, it's all right, bro. It's day one. It's day
Yeah.
one. It's always got to start somewhere.
Yep, yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not the biggest fan of the firing or the mutual parting ways, especially because of the financials with how much you owe him. And it's like you're gonna be paying this guy all this money, and he's not gonna be doing anything for you. Um, and who knows, the next guy you find or bring in or whatever, like if you have the same success, I don't know. I would have liked to see him have at least one more year. I think it would have been best to do that. And then if you still miss the playoffs and things look bad, and he's putting the wrong people out on the court, or he's not managing timeouts well, things like that, then you let him go. But to get rid of a coach that just took you to the finals or helped bring you to the finals, I mean, it was Luca, but just like was the coach for a finals team, and then you dismantled that team, and then we're like, here you go. It's kind of like how the Rangers with Chris Woodward, how they like he was a coach for some of the worst teams because they had zero talent like anywhere, and then they were like, hey, here's Corey Seager, Marcus Simeon, Jacob DeGrom. You have one season. Or no, DeGrom came in 2023, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they signed Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon. Like, here, new middle infield. You get 1 year, and then they fired him, and then they brought Bochy in. Which, yeah,
Yeah.
Bochy brought us the World Series, but Chris Woodward never really got his fair shot with actual players to work with, really.
Yeah, because I think also Chris Woodward, I don't think he was actually brought in to like actually win anything. I think he
Mm-hmm.
was just that stopgap manager to
Yeah,
get to the next guy. Um, the difference with Jason Kidd is you signed him to an extension this year, and then you fire him at the end of the season on a 4-year, $40 million contract.
makes
So
absolutely no
now
sense.
you have less money for free agency and you lost team synergy because I think Cooper Flag and him actually had a pretty good relationship. I don't know about other players or other members of the front office, but it seemed like Jason Kidd and Cooper Flag really got along well. Also, just because of just how much Cooper Flag grew this year. I don't know how much of that was Jason Kidd or the other coaching staff, but now you're getting rid of one of the best developmental coaches in the league because we saw what Kidd did with Giannis, and now you see it with Luca and then Cooper Flag. It kind of might stunt Cooper Flag's development potentially, which I think is too much of a risk. But I also see Masai Ujiri, he wants to make his own team with his own staff, with his own players. So it makes complete sense
Mm-hmm.
from that standpoint.
I will say my only agreement
Yeah.
with the financial stance is that the Dumont and Allison do want to throw money into this team. They want to start funding winning within the organization. So if they said we need to do this now, we need to spend whatever it takes, I will give them that. Like, thank you for actually supporting this team instead of just wanting to move it to Vegas. Remember that rumor from not too long ago? So they're actually investing in this team. So I can see the vision there, but yeah, definitely you're overspending. You could use this money to building the team further. Maybe keeping Kid for one more year kind of really keeps the financial situation in check. But hey, if they needed to do it now, they at least put that effort into making it happen.
Yeah. Y'all got any more thoughts on basketball, or you want to head on to our little thing I made for us?
Mavs should have re-signed Jalen Brunson when they had the chance. Still,
Jalen
Mm,
probably one of the worst decisions ever. I mean, just look at
Well,
the player he's become. He's
I also
so good.
think with that though is that his dad really didn't want him there. I mean, he was even before like the season was over was like meddling with like going to New York and stuff and like doing stuff with that. So I think it was kind of like inevitable. Like I think unless the Mavs, which they just didn't at the time have all the money because they need to pay Luca, which
right.
still didn't work out because you trade him anyways. But uh, it was gonna be hard to keep both Luca and Brunson because
I don't. How much was he asking for though? Wasn't it only like a 4-year, $62 million extension?
I think it was a lot
Mm,
more. I'm pretty
Because he
sure.
wasn't exactly like a star yet. People still
yeah,
thought
it
of
was
Jalen
around there.
Brunson as like a Malcolm Brogdon type of player. Like he's a good guard, but he's
Hmm.
not a top 5 guard. I think it was going to still be a relatively cheap deal. Obviously, that many millions is an expensive deal, but
Hmm.
for a star guard nowadays, you're paying 30 million, maybe 40
Yeah,
million dollars a year, which is absolutely bonkers to think of.
yeah. I don't know. I think. I mean, they should have re-signed him in hindsight, but like, I can kind of see there was a lot of things going against them, like especially just like the behind the scenes stuff with like tampering, his dad tampering with stuff, and
Yeah.
like yeah, it's unfortunate what the Mavs could have been looking back, what they could be now with having Luca and Jalen Brunson,
Oh goodness.
um, and now you have neither of them. But
Yeah.
it's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Cavs are over. We all agree on that? The Cavs are done. The
Absolutely.
Knicks
Yeah.
are gonna win this game. They're gonna sweep maybe 5 games.
I mean,
Maybe 5 games.
after losing from being up 20 plus points in the fourth quarter, I don't think they stand a shot anymore. That was their best chance to win a game and maybe take some momentum in the series.
Mhm.
After seeing that, that was absolutely devastating. I don't think they got a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys. It's
Oh man.
time. I asked ChatGPT to come up with a list of 8 NFL players, and
Mm.
you guys are gonna blind rank them. So you got to put them 1 through 8, but you don't know which one's next. Kind of like what we've done with the keep 3, cut 8,
Oh yeah.
back in our UTA days. But yeah, all right. So once you start, I don't know if you want to
Are
like.
are these all like same position
No, no,
groups?
no, no, they're not. It's just they're all offensive players,
Okay.
but that's not all the
Okay.
same position group. Um, I don't know if y'all want to keep your list,
And we're just
or if
doing
y'all
like
want to
best
have,
to worst.
yeah, if
Just
y'all
from
want to, do y'all want to
8 to
do it
1.
like, yeah, do y'all want to do it, like you each have your own list, or you guys combine to make one list and have to agree on like where to place a player? What do y'all want to do?
I think if
Let's
we make it
combine. I think
together,
that would be
Okay,
yeah, I like that.
all
yeah.
right, cool. That's what I was thinking too. All right, your first player, Brock Purdy.
Oh,
Oof.
Where are you putting Brock Purdy 1 through 8?
I
I'm feeling
mean,
5 or
he's
6 just
so
off the
average.
dome.
That's what I was thinking too, because when I think of Brock Purdy, I think average quarterback with a mastermind coach. That's what I
Right.
think.
All right,
So yeah, plug
so
him
where
into the
y'all
right
putting him?
system. He could take care of you, but on his own, don't trust him too much.
No, I would say you cool with the 6 Jet.
Oh, right on. 6.
All
Okay.
right, cool. So Brock Purdy at the 6. Someone keep track of that. I am definitely not.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll keep it.
all
Okay.
right. Your next player, Micah Parsons.
Hmm.
Oh, now that one's interesting.
Yeah, the injuries kind of keep you on your toes, but when he's healthy and on your defense, you're talking about a premier pass rusher. No matter
Mhm.
what. So I think definitely top 4. Could 3 work here just because of the injuries? You move him down a slot?
I would say 3 because even still this year, didn't he have double digit sacks and he missed half the season?
Did he? I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of
Might have been close,
I
yeah.
don't
yeah.
remember. I just know Rashawn Gary did nothing once he got hurt, and that's who the Cowboys decided to trade for.
Yeah,
But
golly. Yeah, like still this year he still had 12 and a half sacks and he missed a good amount of the season.
mhm.
So I think that he's still hopefully in this list the third best player.
Absolutely.
All
I
right,
think
so you're
3's a
gonna
good
put him at
spot.
number 3. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see. Who should I say next? No, how
Yeesh.
about Jared Goff?
Hmm. You can't go too
I,
wrong with him. Like he's got the arm talent, I think, but yeah, he kind of reminds me right there where Brock Purdy is, maybe 5.
I was gonna say one spot above Brock Purdy because he's a little better than Brock, I think, at least in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Man, so y'all are thinking there's some pretty bad players and some pretty good players on this list.
Well, we're kind of like filling out the middle.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So there's hopefully you have 2 really good players and 2 really bad players.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have what? 4, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8.
Yep.
I think.
Remaining,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Tyreek Hill.
Hmm.
Oh man.
10 years ago up there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And is
Yep.
he really okay? Hear me out. Is Tyreek Hill really that good of a player, or is he just a speed demon? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like he's the best route runner. He would just run and then run past you. There is nothing else. And then Patrick Mahomes would just throw it deep. And then you see him go to Miami, he becomes nothing because Tua can't throw the ball more than 30 yards down the field. So it's like, is Tyreek Hill even valuable to that offense?
Do you think he's gonna go back to Kansas City?
I think he'd be smart to. That's the only place he's been successful in his career. That's the only
Yeah.
place he's going to go to potentially win a championship again.
So what are y'all thinking?
Is Jet still here?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Well,
I was wondering. I thought he was just really deep in thought, but he's frozen. Oh man, that's
oh
funny.
man. All right. Well, so yeah, there he goes.
There he goes.
But
Maybe when
so
he
we
joins back, his mic will be better.
yeah, maybe. And it won't be so delayed. So I don't know, 'cause I think Tyreek Hill might be one of the more overrated players in the league just because he is a speed demon.
Mhm.
I personally would put him at 7.
Put him at 7, so below Brock Purdy. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I think
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's actually, like, he's a good player that makes the system look better,
Mhm.
whereas Tyreek Hill is just run down the field, run a seam, you know?
Yeah, and it worked for what it was, but
Exactly. Alright, I'm putting him at 7,
okay.
and
Yeah.
Jet doesn't have a choice anymore.
Hopefully he's able to join back in at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
But okay. Hmm. Which of these players should I say next?
Oh, no.
How
Where's the
about
Ty where's Tyrod Taylor?
how about James Conner?
I like James Conner, but he's also, like, a one thing he's a red zone running back, but he's also
Mhm.
a really good red zone running back, maybe the best in the league. Um,
So you
man.
have what? 1, 2, 4, and
Yeah, I
8.
have, like, all the top and then bottom.
Oh, are you gonna put him at 8 or are you gonna put him at 4?
I can't put him at 8. I think I really might have messed up putting Tyreek at 7. I should have put Tyreek at 4. Uh, man, I've already messed up this list. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put James Conner at 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that bottom spot open for Tom Brady or some type of player.
Okay. Justin Jefferson.
Mm, he might be the best player on this list. He definitely could be the best player on this list because he's a top 2 wide receiver in the league, right behind Jamar Chase. Mm, I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson goes in at number 2.
Number 2. All right.
Oh, I don't like how you say that.
Oh, there's Jet
There
again.
he is. He's gonna be like, "What in the world did you do, Jay? What in the world?"
All right. Hey, Jet. Okay,
Alright.
wait. Jet, do you want to hear what Jay's done while you've been gone?
Oh.
We'll maybe let you all. Okay. Okay. So wait. So you put Tyreek Hill. He put Tyreek Hill at 7
I had to put Tyreek Hill
on
at
this
7.
list instead of 4. Okay, you're okay with that. Well,
Thank you.
the next player was James Conner, and so James Conner's now at 4.
I didn't wa
And then your number 2 player is Justin Jefferson right now. So you
That's what I'm
have
saying, so
1 and 8 are left. 1 and 8. You've got 2 players left, 1 and 8.
yeah, this could be, like, the 2
Mhm.
best play yeah. It could be, like, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and then one of them has to go 8.
TJ Watt.
Oh, TJ Watt? He might not be the same TJ Watt, though, coming back from was it an ACL or an Achilles? I can't remember which.
Uh,
I know it was one of the
I
2.
think it was an Achilles. I don't remember though.
He might not be the same player, might not be the same player,
This is true.
but you could have Tyrod Taylor as your last player as well. Um, what do you think, Jay? Okay,
You're gonna
okay.
leave one open. You're gonna
Yeah,
put TJ Watt down at 8.
we're gonna put TJ Watt at 8 because he
Oh,
physically cannot play right now. That's our excuse. He physically cannot play right now.
well, that sucks for you because your number 1 player is Najee Harris.
No! No!
That's crazy, man.
We might have actually had a good list if we put him at 1.
Yeah, it would have been a list that I would maybe not argue with too bad.
Oh,
Um,
no. We
could have
fumbled that
salvaged it,
so
and
bad.
you guys really fumbled that one. It was
No. Oh,
that's pretty bad.
that's
Uh,
actually a really tough one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
we'll
you
get rid
go. There you go. I like kind of what you weren't with us, Jet, but Jay kind of started doing keep three, cut eight, and like giving 11 different players or 11 different things, and you only get to keep three of them. Because some of those lists, and he would play along too, but he'd know who to keep because he's looking at the freaking list.
Yeah, I would cheat a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. Um,
So you wanna
yeah.
say the 1 through 8, Max?
Yeah, so Najee Harris, Justin Jefferson, Micah Parsons, James Conner, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Tyreek Hill, and TJ Watt. That is the 1 through 8 that you guys have constructed.
Man, if you just swap Najee and TJ Watt, that might be a spot on list.
I
Might
mean,
be.
I would probably put James Conner below Jared Goff and Brock Purdy,
So
but
you don't have an issue with Tyreek Hill being at 7 either?
not really. I agree with you that he's madly overrated because of his speed.
Because he's also
Um,
not even, like, the fastest player in the league anymore. At least
mhm,
I don't think he is because of the injuries that he's had.
yeah, probably not. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't. But
Mm.
he I'm just still mad about him for fantasy, bruh. I literally drafted him in fantasy one year as my wide receiver 1, and he ended up being like a wide receiver 4.
Mhm.
Bro would average like 6 points a game because Tua didn't know how to throw football.
Man, Jet's Wi-Fi is really fighting for him right now.
Yeah,
I
I
think he
know. I think
think
he's
he's
out again.
yeah, I think he's out
That
again.
or he's just staring into our soul. Oh, dude, Imma edit this. Oh, he's
Oh,
back.
there he is, he's back.
I'm going I'm gonna edit this and just, like, have us talking and it just be Jet's face. Oh, dude, that's hilarious. It's okay. It's all
No, hey,
good.
it's our first one. First one's the worst one.
Oh, dude, that's funny. That's hilarious. Man. Okay. Alright, let's talk some Cowboys.
Oh, no.
I know. Everyone's favorite topic, the Dallas Cowboys.
It's actually kind of a good time to be a Cowboys fan right now. I feel like there's a lot of, like, things that you can
See
be happy about.
See, we say this preseason because we haven't seen them actually play their schedule, because on paper, looking at their schedule, I know it was, like, one of the hardest schedules apparently, but I was looking at it, and it really doesn't seem too bad. But we'll get into that in a second. Jet, we didn't get to talk to you. What do you grade the Cowboys draft? Because we covered it for UTA, covered the first night of the draft. Was insane when they drafted Caleb Downs. We were all freaking out in the studio, but I want to get your thoughts on like the whole draft as a whole, the Caleb Downs pick, kind of what you thought about that, and what you give them overall.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, obviously, me and Max gave our takes whenever we were on UTA radio, but for anybody, like, that doesn't that didn't listen to that, we both were just very ecstatic whenever Caleb Downs got selected because we didn't think there was any chance of him getting past, I think, pick 8 with the Saints, maybe
Hmm.
going 9, but then we also were saying that the Titans had the worst draft of the night because they took, Carnell Tate 4th overall, which might end up being great. Who knows? He might become the best receiver in the
And
league.
then traded back into the first round to select Keldrick Falk.
Yeah, it made absolutely no sense what they did. But I think when I say that, because going into last year, before this last season that we had, I was like, why are people high on the Cowboys? They didn't do anything especially on the defensive side of the ball. But now coming into this year, you have a revamped defense with a lot of young faces on it. The only area that is still not solidified is the Mike linebacker. Who knows who that's going to be going into the year? We'll see how it plays out. I think there's a chance for a player like Jashawn Barham to be that, the rookie, but that's asking a lot for a player like him. Um, it could also be Shamar James. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of linebackers that it could be, but I don't think any of them are a true Mike linebacker. We don't really have that type of player on this current roster. I mean, if you really, really wanted to, you could play Caleb Downs as a Mike linebacker. You really could. I know he's undersized, but he's so fast and he can read offenses so well. One of the smartest players coming out of college. That would be an option potentially.
Looks like Jet's gone again.
Yep.
That look, man, of just staring into our soul. That's hilarious. I cannot wait to post that.
This little
Um,
smirk. There he is.
but yeah, I loved the draft. Like, I mean, it was insane to see the Cardinals draft Jeremiah Love and then Titans take Cardinal Tate back to back, and then the Giants passing on him twice, which I understand the first time because you're getting Arvell Reese. You didn't think he was going to fall down to 5. Um, but man, I mean, especially a division rival passing up on Caleb Downs twice, that's just only going to light a fire under him. And he already came out and said that. He's like, I know who passed up on me. Like, the Commanders passed up on him once. Giants did it twice. Too bad the Eagles weren't in front of us and passed up on them. I'm just kidding. They definitely wouldn't have. They would have been smart about it. Um,
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't trade up a pick ahead of us and take the
yeah.
player that we
Well, that's
wanted.
what the Cowboys were afraid of. That's why they traded immediately with the Dolphins. They were like, no, we're not letting anyone else trade up. We're going to get Caleb Downs right now. Did you see that they only had like 5 seconds once they like made the
Yes.
trade with the Dolphins to get the pick in? They almost didn't get it in.
Yeah, that could have been really bad.
Can you imagine if they Mhm. Yeah. They probably did it on purpose to get the drama, bro. They're like, "Oh yeah, let's wait till last second to pick Caleb Downs so everyone can be like, oh my gosh, they almost didn't get Caleb Downs. They almost didn't get anyone."
Yeah,
But they knew what they
just
were
to make
doing
the
the whole time.
documentary look really good.
Yeah. They literally were in the draft room like, "We're gonna make a documentary about this, so let's take our sweet time."
Should we go over their schedule though, and kind of like do like a quick prediction of it
Yeah. Let's go.
since
Let's
it
do it.
recently got released?
Yep. All right. Oh, there it goes. Week 1. Cowboys will be on the road to open the season against the New York Giants.
Loss.
Newly revamped New York Giants as well with new coach, a lot of different players.
That's why I'm
Good
scared of that
draft.
first game, because you're on the road. It's going to be a packed house opening week, and it's also isn't that Sunday Night Football?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football, going to be a packed house. People have been drinking all day. They've been getting ready for this game, and it's a new coach, a brand new defense, a brand new offense. There's no Dexter Lawrence, but they still have a great team around that. Brian Burns and oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on his name. The other edge rusher, Kayvon Thibodeau, but still a really good defense, a revamped offense. You know who the future is there with Jackson Dart, and John Harbaugh is John Harbaugh. He's a great coach, or Joe Harbaugh. I always get them mixed up.
It's John, or it
Is
is
it John
John,
or
right?
Joe?
John. It's
Okay.
John Harbaugh because what's his brother's name?
Is it not Joe?
Jim. Jim Harbaugh is the one who
Jim.
coached San Francisco and then in college.
I just always get their names mixed up. I can
Yeah.
never remember which is which. But anyways,
Well,
he knows how to win. And if it's week 1, like with a team with a new head coach, a brand new team, those are always the scariest teams to play, no matter how good or how bad they are on paper. because they have every bit of confidence that they are going to win it this year, that they're going to turn their franchise around. So honestly, that first game, even though on paper it looks like it would be an easy Cowboys win, I think it's a toss up.
I don't think the Giants are an easy win at all on even on paper this season with how they've changed things. And they're gonna have a healthy Jackson Dart, a healthy Scat. They might have Malik Neighbors. They're just concerned that he might miss week one, um, or miss the first couple of seasons, but they're hopeful that he can play week one. But I'm right there with you. I think it's gonna be a loss. The Cowboys suck the first week of the season. I mean, it seems like they lose almost every year. Like every like 3 out of 5 years they start off 0-1. And so I think this is shaping up to be a loss. Mhm. All right, so are we all in agreement that it's starting the season 0-1?
Yeah, I'll say an 0-1.
All right. Week 2 they host the Washington Commanders.
I would say that's their first win because the Commanders on paper are probably the worst team in the NFC East this year because they just don't have anybody. They have a shaky Jaden Daniels who we don't
Mhm.
know who we're going to get. Is it going to be rookie season Jaden Daniels or year 2 Jaden Daniels? They still don't have a running game. Oh, their only receiver is Terry McLaurin or a
And he's getting
50-year-old Zach
older.
Ertz.
Yeah.
And their defense is all right. It's nothing special. It's all right. You still have Bobby Wagner and you drafted Sonny Styles, so the middle looks really good, but everywhere else is kind of meh. I think that would be an easy game for not only the offense but the defense to actually look pretty good and be giving that false hope to the Cowboys fans like it always does.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
No, mid talk.
Oh man. He was about to spit some
Yes, he
gas too.
was.
He was about to
He's about
all
to
right.
go off.
I I think it's gonna be a pretty like handily won game. I think they're gonna easily win the game, wipe the floor with the Commanders.
Yeah, well,
Commanders are gonna fall. They're gonna easily finish last in the division.
they're
Unless
they're
what
gonna have to make a lot of decisions this year on whether to trade players like Terry McLaurin,
yeah.
like a potential trade with Bobby Wagner. I don't know if he would want to. We're just gonna slowly get some of him talking. I'm
You there,
sorry, Jet.
Jet? You
We
got us?
didn't hear any of that. No, he cut
Oh,
out
there he
again.
goes again. Well, maybe we can buy him an
We
Ethernet
need to buy
cable.
this dude a new Wi-Fi router.
Get him an Ethernet cable.
Oh, facts.
When's his birthday? I don't know. We'll ask him when he's maybe back. All right. So Cowboys are 1-1 heading into Brazil. One of their home games is technically the Brazil game, which is a little unfortunate
It sucks.
considering the Cowboys play better at home than on the road.
I
And
understand, like, these, like, international games, cool. They effing suck. I
yeah,
hate them, but I understand the reason behind them. I just want a home game because you're taking away from our home game.
I know. And it'd be different if it was like a mid opponent, but I mean the
And also,
Ravens.
why
I
are
don't
we going
know.
to Brazil so much? Why can't we go to Mexico? Because I
Well,
feel like that would be
they
way
played in
more.
Mexico last year.
Well,
There was
yeah,
a Mexico City game.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, why can't we go to Mexico?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the NFL.
No,
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
think I mean, as much as the Cowboys are, they're always going to be one of the top teams to advertise for the NFL because we are still the biggest moneymaker team in the NFL.
Mhm.
Playing in Brazil is cool, but I feel like there's so many other areas of the world that you could send the Cowboys to, and you'd probably get a lot more people to go to it.
Send them to Sudan. Just
Honestly.
kidding. Send them to somewhere in North Africa.
And apparently, the NFL is having plans to have games, at least preseason, to start in Australia.
Mhm.
Do not do that. Do not do that.
Yeah, we're gonna see some player get infected with some nasty parasite or get mauled by a alligator or
Yeah,
something.
and then the games would be at 3 o'clock in the morning, so nobody's gonna watch that.
No, yeah.
Hey, I'd be up at 3 in the morning to watch a Cowboys game. Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I would not be.
I'd
I
rather
would not be.
sleep
All-nighter.
than watch a Cowboys game.
Yeah, I would not be.
Okay, but focusing on the actual game at hand, I think just because it's an international game, the Cowboys are gonna win. Whether that's because they're the better team or not, um, I think the NFL might want the Cowboys to win this game because they're the Cowboys on an international stage.
Mhm.
Um, but anyways, looking at
But they
The Ravens aren't even really that good anymore. I'm
no,
not
they're
scared of the
not.
Ravens
I
anymore.
don't think so. Yeah.
I say that. I am deathly terrified of Derrick Henry, no matter what. Until he shows me that he's not the Derrick Henry that I've known my entire life, I am still deathly terrified of Derrick Henry. And with our rush defense, like it has been for a long time now, he might go for 300 yards in that game. Like,
He could.
Yeah, I feel like
because
it's
we
going to
still
be a
don't have
matter
any
of
linebackers to tackle
it's going to be a matter of can you shut him
Every
You know-
time he starts talking.
Hold on.
Oh, dude, every time he starts talking, this is
I don't
really
know.
sad.
His computer has something against him.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
like,
it's literally fine, and then he starts talking, and it freezes him.
it's
But
like
yeah,
I can't comprehend it.
I think the Cowboys are gonna win this game. Um,
You shut them down.
I think you're right, Jed. They're gonna shut him down. Um,
Oh, yeah.
Jet, literally, every time you start talking, Jet, your computer just lags out.
I know this is getting bad.
oh, hey, you got to finish a sentence there. There you
Yeah,
go.
no, that's a positive.
All right. So yeah, I think Cowboys win this, improve to 2-1. So
Yeah.
then they move on the road to the Texans in week 4.
Now this is going to be such a low scoring game, I think, because the Texans defense is still legit.
Yeah.
The only problem is their quarterback is still CJ Stroud. And I don't think he's cut out for being an NFL starting quarterback anymore. After his rookie year, it's just been downhill. And I think last year against the Patriots in the playoffs, that might have been the worst quarterback performance I have ever seen in my lifetime. Like, it was so insanely bad. I think the
Oh,
Cowboys win
now
this.
Jay's going. Uh-oh.
Am I going?
Well,
Hello?
Sounded good to me.
I think maybe Max is going.
Oh.
Nah, but I think the Cowboys win this probably like 10-7. Nothing too crazy.
I
Yeah.
agree. I'll keep it short over here.
10-7
You're dealing
is kinda,
against you're dealing against CJ Stroud. Cowboys defense won't be that bad, I think. They'll at least be good enough to shut down the Texans and keep it like 13-10.
yeah. I think I'd agree. It's gonna be a low scoring game, but I don't trust the Texans offense to do anything. I trust the Cowboys offense more than I trust the Texans offense. So yeah, 3-1 on the season through 4 weeks. I mean, heck yeah, you're on your way to a playoff appearance with that. Um, Week 5, Thursday night football, hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay always is going to scare me because of Baker Mayfield, but this might be one of the worst Tampa Bay teams in quite a while.
No Mike Evans anymore.
No Mike Evans. Their defense is nothing like what it used to be. There's no like Levante David in the middle that you know is going to be that stud linebacker. They don't have any stud defensive linemen outside of Vita Vea. Their secondary might be one of the worst secondaries in the league. And I couldn't even tell you who their running back is because they got rid of Rashad White. Like, I don't know who their running back is.
Bucky Irving.
Oh, sorry. But even Bucky Irving, I'm not like,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of the worst Tampa Bay teams we've seen in a long time. And they might be sellers at the deadline because they smell a rebuild coming. And I
Mhm.
think Baker Mayfield's time in Tampa might be up. Not because of him, but because the team needs to move on.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the only big threat is Baker on a Thursday night. Could pop off for 400 yards or something, but highly unlikely. I think the Cowboys respond for that one.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Cowboys' offense is gonna be too much, especially this being a home game. If this was in Tampa Bay, it'd be a different story. But this being a home game and the Bucks not looking like they have in the past couple seasons, I think that it's gonna be a Cowboys win by maybe 10 points.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say a double-digit victory, but
yeah.
also I think Ruben Bain might get a couple sacks. I don't
Oh,
know.
probably.
Feels like
Yeah.
a game that Ruben Bain is gonna do really good in.
Yeah. Most likely. So now 4-1 through 5 weeks.
Super
I mean,
Bowl champs.
yeah, there you go. Now this is where you get all those bandwagon Cowboy fans that are like, "This is our year."
Coming out under their
Yeah,
rock.
Yep.
yeah. Then you head to Green Bay in week 6. I don't know. I
It
mean,
is a very winnable game.
it's a very winnable game, but
And it also
you've had
depends
Packer trouble
it
the
depends
last
on
couple years.
Micah if he's gonna be playing also.
This is also true because he did get hurt pretty late into the season. Um,
And it's a pretty it was a pretty serious injury. It might keep him out for like a full year. So he might not even be back until playoff time.
yeah.
And when you
So
think about that, they have nothing else on the D line. Nothing.
Mm.
And they don't have any linebackers. Their secondary isn't even that good. It's really just their offense that's going to carry them this year. The Packers might actually be one of the worst teams in the NFC North. I think that the Lions are better, and I think the Bears are better. I think there's an all chance that the Packers miss the playoffs and are the third best team in the NFC North because they're going to be better than the Vikings. Let's be real.
hey, Kyler Murray though with
You
with
never
Justin
know.
Jefferson, his best receiver he's had since DeAndre Hopkins.
That is true. That is very true. But this game, I think the Cowboys still win. I know we always had Packer problems, but this is one of the worst Packers teams on paper, if Micah Parsons isn't playing, that we've gone against in a very long time.
What say you, Jet Nelson? Or did you freeze again?
He'll come back in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Oh boy, one word and it's
No,
coming.
you got it. You got it.
There we go, there we go.
it. Give us your Packers Cowboys.
Yeah, I think if Mike is playing, this could definitely be tricky. But Jay, I agree with everything you said. The Packers just don't have the meat and the bones that they used to have. And this could be a
Ooh, I like
Cowboys win,
that.
but it is in Lambeau, so I'm not going to see this being a high scoring affair or a one that the Cowboys could win indefinitely. Definitely close game, but no, I'm gonna say Packers get that one. Just knowing how
You're
the
gonna say
Cowboys
Packers. I'm
they
not-
don't win too many games in a row.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with just because it's a road game. You know, I think the history of the Cowboys playing the Packers on the road, not a good track record.
But it does also help that it's during the early part of the year. Like it's barely
Yeah.
October.
This is true, but I think just the environment in itself, just the stadium, you know, the rivalry between the Cowboys and Packers. I think they dropped that one. So
Because
we
I would also argue because before they play the Cowboys, they're gonna have to play the Bears, the Packers. And that's going to be a grueling game at Lambeau Field against maybe the NFC North champions this next year. And the Packers probably going to be banged up from that game because we know how the NFC North games are against each other. It's very smash mouth,
Mhm.
very in your face. And going against a team like the Bears and having to face another great offense the next week in the Cowboys, that defense for the Packers might be banged up. And even though it's already a weak defense, that it's probably going to be weaker going against the Cowboys.
That's fair, but I still just I'm just going with the trends and saying they dropped that one. So now Jay has them at 5-1, me and Jet 4-2, heading into week 7 on the road against the Eagles.
Monday night
I'll let
game.
Jet start.
Yeah, Monday night game. It's in the bank though, Lincoln Financial. So that's going to lean me to think that the Eagles fans are going to make it tough there as always. But something about the Eagles, I mean, is Jalen Hurts really the carrier of the team that they need him to be?
No.
Yeah, that's definitely my biggest question mark there. But they are going to have Saquon, so if your defensive line struggles again, That's definitely gonna be an X factor. It's just ringing the Cowboys win to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as afraid of the Eagles as I have been in past years. I mean, AJ Brown's probably going to be gone, a-
Hopefully.
and if he's not, I mean, he's still disgruntled every single week. Jalen Hurts is not a top quarterback.
He's barely even
Saquon,
top
even
20
last year, their run game wasn't as good as it has been in years past.
because their O-line's getting worse
Yep.
year
Yeah,
in, year
their O
out.
line is getting worse. Their defense, they still have some pretty good pieces on defense, but I'm just not afraid. I'm just not as like afraid of their offense as I have been in years past. I mean, Devontae Smith's always good, but
Dallas Goedert.
yeah, but I don't know. I'm kind of with you, Jet. Even on the road, I feel like the Cowboys could take this one.
I agree. This feels like we'll eventually get to the second game. I feel like this is a year where we both split, but on the road, the road team wins both. Just because that feels like the type of year
Yep.
that it's going to be in the NFC East with the top teams. Um, I think we beat the Eagles, but also because we got their defensive coordinator. I always forget his name.
Christian Parker.
But yeah, Christian Parker. And I think getting him is actually going to be such a huge addition to this team. And we're not going to
Mhm.
realize it probably until this game, like how much he's improved the defense, hopefully. But it's also, at least for my schedule, how I've said it, it'd be crazy to see the Cowboys at 6-1 after 7 games. Like that is maybe one of the best starts since the last time we made the playoffs, I want to
Mhm.
say. Like I do have them winning this game, but it's just hard to believe that they would be potentially 6-1 after 7 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Week 8, they play the Cardinals at home, and I'm gonna flat out come out and say it. They're gonna lose this game. They always
Again
lose
to
to
the
this
Cardinals?
stupid team. The Cardinals are their freaking kryptonite, it seems like. It's like the Cardinals, the Broncos, and the 49ers are the 3 teams in the NFL that the Cowboys, for some reason, no matter how bad they are or how good the Cowboys are, they just cannot beat this stupid team. I mean, we saw it in 2023. They went in Josh Dobbs, or was it 2024 or whatever? Josh Dobbs is like
It was last
on
year.
his legacy run. It was last year?
Felt like it was last year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Josh Dobbs is on this legacy run, and the Cowboys come into town and get blown out. It wasn't even close.
No.
And get blown out by the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I don't
We,
know.
we we played the Cardinals last year. They were 2-5, and then we were their final win, and then they lost every
Every other
single
Yep.
game
game.
after that.
Yeah, I will say this could be a trap game, but it doesn't seem as much of a trap game as the Colts the next week does in Indianapolis. I know they're looking for better pieces on their team as well, but just something about losing the game last year to Arizona, it seems really hard for me to think the Cowboys drop it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and also if you look at the Cardinals schedule, they have one of the most the Cardinals might only win 1 or 2 games this year.
Yeah.
Before they play the Cowboys on the
They play
road,
the Broncos.
they play the Broncos. The week before that, they're at the Rams. The week before
Mm.
that, Detroit. The week before that, the Giants, the Niners, the Seattle Seahawks, the Chargers. Like they have one of the most grueling first 8 games of the season. And if you look at the rest of their schedule, the only 2 games that they might win are against the Jets and the Saints.
Mm.
The
Oh, dude,
Cardinals are in
that's
for an
terrible.
extremely rough year.
Yeah. I don't know. In all seriousness, though, like, these jokes aside, I do think they're gonna win. I just would not be surprised if they do lose because
Yeah.
it's the Cowboys and Cardinals and they always seem to lose. But
Yeah.
I will say that they win. Logically speaking, they'll
Yeah.
win this game.
I don't think there's any chance in the world that the Cowboys lose this game just because of that Cardinals schedule. It's going to be a rough year for the Cardinals fans out there.
It
Really rough.
always is.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
All right. So now heading into week 9, like Jet said, you're at the Colts. And yes, this has trap written all over it.
Yet again, though, I think it depends on the health of Daniel Jones if he's back by then. Because if they have Anthony Richardson as their quarterback at this time of the year, I don't think they have any chance of winning against the Cowboys. Because it's either going to be Anthony Richardson or Riley Leonard or Daniel
Mm.
Jones. I mean, they're all okay. I mean, Daniel Jones was really good last year. Coming off an
Mhm.
Achilles injury, though, is he going to be the same guy? Probably not, because
No.
running is a huge part of his game. And it's not like the Sauce Gardner trade last year benefited their team. If anything, it made them worse. It felt like as soon as they brought over Sauce Gardner, their defense went to shit, and everything
Mm.
about their team went to shit. So it could go very bad for the Colts again this year. And they don't have any receivers. They got rid of Michael Pittman. They signed Alec Pierce to that record breaking deal. It's absolutely insane. But I'm outside of Jonathan Taylor, I'm not worried about Tyler Warren because we saw him fall off a cliff. Their O line is still okay, but outside of Quentin Nelson, it's pretty average. And their defense is mid. So I think somehow, some way, the Cowboys are going to be 8-1 after the Colts game.
This is where I push back a little bit. Colts just for some reason feel it's one of those AFC South teams. Colts or Titans. Something's going to catch the Cowboys lacking there, and for some reason I don't know why, but the Colts, maybe Daniel Jones or Richardson really pops off for a good game. I know they're lacking those pieces, but somewhere in this middle to late half of the season, the Cowboys are going to start slipping up somewhere.
Yeah, I think they are gonna end up taking the game. Uh, so we all have three different records now.
Yep.
You've got 8-1. Jets got what
I think I got 3
six and
losses.
three,
Yep.
6-3, and I'm 7-2. Jets probably the most right.
Yeah, he
Um,
probably won. He's the most realistic.
yeah. Week 10, the 49ers.
This is a
I
loss.
think this is a loss. You're at home, but again, they're one of those teams like the Cardinals.
One of those
No matter
bogeys.
what it is, you just cannot beat them. I can't remember the last time the Cowboys beat the 49ers.
When's the last time they beat a team in the NFC West? Like
Good question.
Yeah,
that division is just for some reason
yeah,
always the Cowboys bogey teams.
I know. I don't know, but I think there's just no way you win this game. I mean, there's a way, but
There's a way. I don't know how much of a way.
I don't know. This just has loss written all over it for me, so I think the Cowboys take their third loss of the season in week 10.
Yeah. This would be my second loss. So 8-2.
Yeah, I'll agree there as well.
And also,
Shanahan offense, it's going to be hard to stop.
and you also got to think about it this way too. Their bye week is so late in the year.
They're gonna be
These players are
tired.
gonna be tired. And the good thing is though they don't play any midweek games except for the Tampa game and then Philadelphia. Outside of that, it's on Sunday or Monday. But man, it's really going to start catching up to them around this time of the year when you're having to play so many smash mouth running the football first teams.
Yeah. So heading into week 11, the Titans. I think this is gonna get wrapped up quick, and the Cowboys are gonna take care of business. Especially coming off a loss. I don't know. I think they're gonna bounce back and they're gonna get back into the winning side of things.
I could definitely see that. I don't know. I like the Titans this year, and I know I've slagged on their whole offseason. I don't know. I feel like a new coach, a new system. They got plenty of receiver talent with Calvin Ridley, Carnell Tate, Wandale Robinson, even Tony Pollard coming out of the backfield. There's plenty of weapons now for Cam Ward on that team if he can stay in the pocket for long enough. And I think they did a good enough job revitalizing their defense, bringing in John Franklin Myers. You know that Jeffrey Simmons is going to be good in the middle. They have a good cornerback trio with Cordell Flott, Marcus Harris, and Alante Taylor. And their safeties are good with Winston and Hooker. And I always have liked Cody Barton as a Mike linebacker. I think this game is going to be closer than you think, but I still think the Cowboys will win.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I think the Titans, Sala at the helm, low scoring affair, but the Cowboys dig it out.
Yep. All right. So now the Cowboys heading into Thanksgiving against the Eagles. I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah,
I mean, I
this
don't
is
think it gets much better than Cowboys Eagles on Thanksgiving,
Mm.
to be honest with you. When I saw that come out, I was so excited. It's like move over Commanders. Like I know that's like the matchup it's
Yeah.
always been, but they suck this year.
yeah.
And so I think it's gonna be cool seeing the Eagles, Cowboys. I know I already said that the Cowboys win the first game in week 7. I think the Cowboys will sweep the Eagles this year. They'll win at home. They'll win this Thanksgiving game. I think we're seeing the decline of the Eagles. The Eagles are kind of reminding me of the Astros this season. I
Uh,
think, we've seen them win a couple championships. They've been competitive for years, but I mean, you saw it last year. They did not, they won the division, but they looked horrible doing it. They won 11 games, I think. It was 11 games or 12 games maybe, but
yeah.
they just stumbled their way into the playoffs and got just destroyed.
Mhm.
They just do not look good. You have disgruntled offense. Sirianni is not a good coach. I don't think. I really don't think so. Your
He's
team's getting older.
he's
Your
supposed to
your
be like
window's
a
gone.
he's supposed to be a player coach, and the players seem like they hate him now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what's the point?
So I think the Cowboys are going to go into this game, defend home turf Thanksgiving Day, and they're going to get to celebrate with the turkey legs.
Yeah, I agree
Oh
there. It
no,
just
man.
seems like perfect spot for the Cowboys to keep rolling after the Titans win and sweep the Eagles. Hard to say it, but I believe it.
I'm gonna say loss and playing off a short week is gonna really start to impact them. I just think playing 12 straight games with no break and you're finally playing that Thursday night football game after like 6 weeks of not having to do it. I think they're just gonna be too tired for this game. And the adrenaline rush of having to play on Thanksgiving is gonna be a big impact, especially for a young defense this year that has never experienced this type of atmosphere. I think that's going to play a big role, and the Eagles probably, unfortunately, get the win at AT&T this year for Thanksgiving.
Now this is where the schedule gets pretty terrible. You're on the road at the Seahawks. I mean, they just won the Super Bowl, looked really good doing it. I cannot, in good faith, say that the Cowboys are going to win this game unless Sam Darnold just reverts back to Sam Darnold that we saw in New York. But I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon. I don't know. The offense just JSN so dominant. They replaced Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Um, I just think they're defending the title. They're going to be one of the top teams in the league. I mean, it's like you said, Jay. They're tired. I mean, having to play them right before their bye, really unfortunate, but I think it's going to go down as a loss. I think that's the fourth loss of the season for me.
Yeah, I think the fifth loss of the season for me, this just comes down to
Oh, he was on a roll too.
Oh man, go ahead, Jay.
I'm also gonna say loss. I mean, it's just too many games in a row, and that bye week could not come at a better time because the teams that you're having to play after that are actually like
Hmm.
gonna be really tough. It is a loss, and I think it's a pretty clear loss. The offense is still great. I think the only question mark for the Seahawks is going to be down to. I think the only question mark for the Seahawks. I think the only question mark for the Seahawks is how their offense is going to look after Gary Kubiak is leaving.
Yeah.
So, are they going to be the same offense? Is it all going to look the same? Is Sam Darnold still going to look the same? I don't know. Obviously, we've never seen him actually coach a game yet for the Seahawks. I think that's the biggest question mark is the Seahawks offense going to hold up to what they were a year ago? And we're going to have to wait to find out. But on paper, all the players are essentially the same minus Kenneth Walker. I still have the Cowboys losing.
All right, Jet. Did you want to continue
Yeah.
your point?
Oh no, I think Max, you nailed it. Just the Cowboys are tired. The Seahawks in Seattle. It's just not a spot where the Cowboys are very successful.
All right, so I have them at 9-4 going into the bye.
I
Jet,
have them.
you have them
Eight and
I have them
5.
8-5.
Yep.
5-4.
Yeah, 8-5, and two of us 9-4. So yeah, bye week 14. Do not love the late bye at all. Um,
It
and
can
then
go
right
one of two ways.
right out of the bye, you're on the road again at the Rams. And yeah, like you said, could not come at a better time. I still think, even with the bye and everything, if Matt Stafford's playing at an MVP level, Puka's staying out of prison, and staying off of Twitch streams, I think that the Rams are going to be able to do enough to hold the Cowboys off and take one at home.
Yeah, I mean, when you sign Matt Stafford to this 1-year deal, you're seeing him go into a win now mode. I can't imagine that wanes off this late into the season. They're going to be pushing, and yeah, Cowboys back to back road games. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, and I think I don't know, there's just something about the Rams. I feel like the Cowboys are never good at LA on the West Coast. I don't know if it's like the later start times that get to them. Even though I think this game's yeah, it's at 3:30, so it shouldn't impact them too much. Um, but I still think that the Rams are going to pull away with this one just because their offense is just always too good for us. It feels like no matter who they have, they could have nobody, and somehow Matthew Stafford is going to beat the Cowboys. It just always happens.
Yeah. All right. Week 16. This is probably the most interesting game to me on the entire schedule. You're at home versus the Jaguars. What do y'all think?
Sunday night football, the Cowboys need a bounce back after the 2 losses on my board. And, this could just be a spot where Trevor Lawrence just doesn't meet expectations. I think the Cowboys defense can definitely jump on the Jaguars. They're in need of a win, maybe pushing for that NFC East lead. Seems like a win to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a win too because I have them losing 3 straight coming into this, especially coming off a loss from a bye. I think this is like a must-win game, and the team is just gonna pull up because they've actually been on a at least according to my board or my schedule prediction, they've been on a downward trajectory for the past 5 weeks. They haven't looked good, so I think this is a bounce back game that they most definitely need to win as they get closer and closer to playoff time.
Mhm.
And it definitely helps that it's at home.
Yeah, for sure. I think like this was one of those games I really had no idea how it could go. Um, I feel like it's the most evenly matched teams on the entire schedule. Um, but I think the Cowboys will do enough to take it, bounce back after these back-to-back losses, um, and kind of get a firm grip on the NFC East. I think at this point, or at least keep pace in it. So now heading into the last 2 weeks, week 17, you're at home versus the Giants. I think after dropping week 1, now being at home, coming off the momentum of the win, I think this is another win for the Cowboys as they try to build even more momentum heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, first game of the new year, first game in 2027. I think the Cowboys start the year with a bang and they absolutely obliterate the Giants because I think the Giants also at this point in the year probably realize that they're not going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team this year, so there's not much to play for other than division rivalry, which could be enough of a motivating factor, but also it's not that big of a thing whenever you get to professional sports, I feel like,
Mhm.
especially with players that haven't been around the divisional rivalry that much, with a coach that hasn't been around the rivalry as much. I think the Cowboys easily win at home against the Giants.
Yep, right there with you. Maybe the Giants take you in that first game of the year, but the Cowboys, their defense tightens up this late in the year. You need these 2 divisional wins. Give me the boys.
All right, and the last to close it out, you're on the road at Washington.
I mean, it's a win.
Yeah, I agree. There's not much to say about it. The Cowboys going to win this game, punch their ticket to the playoffs. So that means we have the Cowboys going, or I do,
I
what is that,
think me,
11 and or 12-5 or 11
yeah,
and 6?
me and you are the same. I think 12-5.
Yeah.
And then was I 11-6?
Yeah, you were
Yep.
11 and 6, 12-5. I mean, I'd take that with
Shoot,
with
yeah,
how the last 2 seasons have gone, back-to-back 7-win seasons. I would take 12 wins easily. 'Cause that probably
Absolutely.
wins you the NFC East.
yeah, because I don't think the Eagles are in for a good year, and
Mm-mm.
they got to play other teams like Pittsburgh in the middle of their schedule, which who knows how they're going to be. They also have to play Carolina, which is going to be a tough game for them early in the year. They're the only team I could see competing at the top. I think the Giants are just going to be like a mediocre, like a 7-10, 8-9, 9-8 type of team this year.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think they're ready yet for the playoffs. But maybe John Harbaugh comes in and does something spectacular and wins Coach of the Year. Who knows?
Yeah, you could. All right. Well, I've got as we close out here, I've got our last thing. If
There we
if you
go.
guys could track if you guys could track one stat in your life, like anything in your life, what would it be? Now let me just tell you, I've been tracking my poop
Hmm.
counter.
Okay.
Every single poop I've taken, I've written on a note here. Let me show y'all.
Well, like
I have a
length.
no, not length, the amount of times it happens.
Oh my gosh, is that?
Ah,
Oh, so like every month you have that.
I have it, yeah, I have it by month. So, so at the end of 2025, I was on Instagram and I saw this girl had a reel that she had done that. And I was like, dude, that sounds like a fire idea. I want to do that. And so I've been tracking my poops.
I could
I've
never
been
keep.
doing it less and less these last couple months.
Do you
I've
think
been
that's because
eating
you've
better.
been? Yeah.
I've been eating better. So,
hmm.
I've
yeah,
I've also been experiencing that too because I'm kind of on a health grind and I have
mhm.
not been going to the bathroom.
Yeah, because like, I started off the year 55 in January, so I was almost at 2 a day in
Mm.
January. February was 52, March was 61, April was 46, so the lowest of the months, and then so far only 30 in May, and we're on May 22nd at the
Yeah.
time of this recording,
hmm
and so
Yeah, I might need to start counting. I don't think I've ever done it twice a day. That is maybe
really?
Like
maybe I'm
ever in your life, you've
backwards.
never pooped twice a day?
I think it's only been around once. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, I, like,
Normally towards
regularly
the end of the
do
day.
that.
Yeah, normally like towards the end of the day, get it out.
I think the most I've had in one day is like 6. That was a really
Oh
bad.
my
It
gosh.
was a really bad day. Trust
that's
me.
a bad
Oh my
day.
goodness, bro, how are you alive after that?
Well, it's like food poisoning, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah, what would y'all? I'm gonna come up with one while y'all think of one because I'm already doing this, so it's not another stat I'd track. But
I
what's a
mean, off
stat
the
you would
dome,
track in your life?
kind of the same health side of things, like ounces of water drank, and compare that to what you're supposed to be drinking. Like, I'm sure I'm way under the mean. So just trying to see where I average pretty low.
Mine's kind of similar to the water. Mine would be how much caffeine I've been drinking. Because I always have one energy drink a day, at least. Sometimes maybe two. But
Y'all have not gone as creative as I thought you were gonna be. Mine, I want to be. Mine's gonna be like how many times I've like said the wrong thing in a conversation. So like I
oh
don't know,
no.
like
I mean, I would argue there's nothing wrong you could say in a conversation.
I would argue there's definitely wrong responses in the conversation. So like, what if someone came up to you and just said like, "Oh man, my dad just died from something," and you're like, "Huh,
Cool.
that's funny." That's the wrong thing to say in a conversation. I mean, that's objectively wrong to say.
Yeah. If I was like to actually do something like legit, I would probably track how many times I curse in a day because I probably should learn to tone that down a little
Hmm.
bit. But maybe that would be one of them, a better one.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I just like there's been so many times where I'm like I get through a conversation and I'm a massive overthinker. So like I'll like see someone like react a certain way and I'm like, ooh, I wasn't supposed to say
Dropped
that.
the ball there.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to say that. Man, it's so funny watching watching Jet's face like not move. It just
Oh
showed that he said
gosh.
drop the ball there like 10 seconds later. Oh
We're
man.
gonna wipe the computer. This is gonna
Yeah,
get
we're
better,
gonna
don't worry.
I'm gonna enjoy this in post.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, post would be fun.
Oh man, yeah, but
Oh man.
yeah, I mean, I would say that was a pretty successful first day, minus Jet crashing about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
always fun to get back with the college squad. This is gonna be a great
Yeah,
experience.
I'm excited going forward with
Yeah.
this.
I mean, we
Uh,
basically did a whole field house show today.
I
Out
yeah,
know.
because
minus the breaks,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I love not having any of the breaks because we can just ramble on and on and on and on
Dive
and
into
on
it.
and not have to worry about a time crunch.
Yep.
Um,
And we can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
yeah. No having to worry about being grotesque or whatever. I mean, I don't think I
Censorship.
would bring up my poop counter on UTA radio, but,
I feel like you have
um,
done that before.
I did?
I
Oh,
think you did
maybe I
one time
did.
this
Well, I
season.
mean, to be fair, I did in a volleyball call say, "These balls are coming hard at these ladies," but, that wasn't as bad
Iconic.
as what Jet said. Oh, look, he looks like he's ready for a secret mission. He's
Yeah.
like, "Okay."
I should create a clip of how many times he crashes out, and then I react.
Yeah, a low lights.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man. Oh, man, I miss those calls. But anyways, this has been the first episode of The Fieldhouse. No idea what we would call it, but it's something. Don't know when this is going to get posted either, but we'll figure that out, and we'll try to post on a regular schedule. But from Jay Jacinto Jet Nelson, I'm Max Paulson. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.